There it is. You got it. You got it. We'll just call it that my dad was playing tricks on you, Jeremy. It wouldn't be it would not be a race in his memory if there weren't some type of shenanigans. Trust me on that. He's also getting his kicks in with our family number being at the lead, Spencer Dewsbury. That number 7 out front. Yes, he did, and one big thing at this track is he's gonna be in a lot better shape than most people because clean air is king at this track when it comes to protecting your stuff and saving your tires. The longer you're out front and the more it compounds also. So he's in the catbird seat right now.
Speaking of that, so one stage tonight, the stage is at lap 30. According to iRacing, they can do 20 laps on fuel. So that's going to be a little strategy involved there. On top of that, let's see, they have 3 additional sets of tires to go 70 laps. So you're probably stopping every 20 laps or so, 15 laps or so, just to use up the tires you have. Tires are going to be huge here.
The undercut is also huge when you pit at this track. It's a little bit different than when the Indy cars are running here. Undercut is going to be very, very big. Quicker you can get out onto new tires, the better you're going to be. But if you come too soon, especially in this first stage, might end up hurting you. But we'll have to see how everything plays out.
Now, one of the things that I was surprised with here is the draft. The draft does not seem to help as much as you would think. Like
No,
it's
not
worth a little bit, but it's not a huge advantage.
no. In these cars and the ARCA cars, and I guess it's just because the way the bodies are, especially with them running that small spoiler on the back on these cars, they don't create as big of a wake behind you, so the draft is not as effective as, say, what we'll experience in the next gens on Wednesday or the trucks will on tomorrow night on Tuesday. So that's one of the reasons why you will be able to see people break away at this track, even with it being, as big of a track as it is at 2.5 miles. You think 2.5 miles, oh, it's going to be a draft fest. Well, not here.
Little side-by-side race between the 29 and the 8. It's going to be Penley and Jared.
Sean Pointer was running close to the top 5 and got into it a little bit. Nothing major, but did get into it a little bit with the number 45 of Ethan Collier. Ended up dropping back some spots. I don't see much damage or really any damage on that right front. So I'm wondering if the toe got knocked out just a little bit on that car, and he's now been struggling with it pretty good.
That's one of the worst feelings, stuffing your toe.
Absolutely, it is. You say all types of things that we can't say on the stream here.
And there is a hornet's nest back here, right about the 7th, 8th place. 6 cars right on top of each other.
Pointer right in the middle of that.
Oh, somebody coming down pit road.
I believe that is Mr. Pettit.
So he's going to split this stage right in half, right at that 15 lap mark, and capitalize on those fresh tires. Should be interesting to see how all that plays out.
Now, the key for him is he needs to make very good use of the clean air and fresh tires that he's got to try to leapfrog him up that order.
Well, not only that, this pit road is kind of treacherous, so you want to gain as much time as you can get into pit road, but it's real easy to make a mistake.
Also very easy to make a mistake coming off of pit road because there is a bump the size of Mount Everest right as you come out of pit road, and if you hit that bump wrong and spin the tires up, you're going to go right around as we see a couple more cars coming down. So
we'll call that bump the Bucher bump.
Yes, it is the Bucher bump. 20 of Sean Pointer and the 33 of Nathan Nixon, as well as one of our cup drivers just tooling around, getting some seat time out here. Kevin Jordan is also down. So I just want to see here. Adam Pettit is about to complete his first lap. First full lap since coming out of the pits. I want to take a look at his lap time compared to the leaders. Nope, I lied. This upcoming lap will be his first.
Another one coming down pit road that might be the 29. Not the 29. Not sure who that was that came down pit road.
So far, Mr. Isaac, who's been torpedoed the past few weeks, he's doing so far so good by himself.
Now, if he wrecks, you're going to get yelled at, right?
Yeah, it won't be the first time.
Or the last.
Nope.
So, Adam Pettit for his first lap, really under power here on them new tires. Just ran a 52.1. Our leader, Spencer Dewsbury, just ran a lap of a 54.1. So
that's kind of what I'm seeing as well. Pretty significant fall off this late into the tire run. So those new tires may actually cycle him out towards the front.
And again, like I said, you have to play that game of, getting those tires at the optimal time, because if you wait too long, it's going to hurt you. But if you come in too early, that can also hurt you and start going the other way. Indy is definitely a favorite of mine. I know you talk to anybody in this league, they'll tell you I am an absolute Indy nerd. So I study everything about this track, and everything is exacerbated at this track. Whether good or bad, it's tenfold here. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out.
With this screen and pit, y'all, we're going to give a quick little shout out to Talesman, and we'll be right back.
as we were away, we had a huge accident
You caught
with
that too. I was
the
just about to say that.
the 30 of Cedric Broso and the 49 of Jason Hastings.
When we go to stage, I think we should go back and check that one out because
That was a wild ride for the 49.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the 49 got a 10 from the Russian judge for his triple Lundy for that tumble. That was next level wild.
Definitely didn't stick the landing, though.
No, definitely didn't stick the landing, but for flair alone, I think they're at least getting a 9.
Coming in, him and Schaefer.
As well as Joey Maines right behind him.
It's like the whole field's coming in.
Matt Webb, James McRae, Gatlin Downey, Ricky Williams, all coming down for pit service.
So that's going to lead Vincent lead him a lap.
Now, what's interesting here is, as we were talking about with the undercut, Adam Pettit, after everything cycles out, should come out as our leader here. He has leapfrogged Dewsbury by quite a bit.
Those fresh tires are worth quite a bit. I mean, fresh tires versus 15 lap old tires, you're probably talking almost 3 seconds a lap.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he's going to have the fall off later in the run as well, so he's going to have to try and gain as much of that gap as he can and just kind of maintain it through the stage, and then he'll be back on cycle with everybody else.
We're looking at, I think, a lap 30 stage here. So
Yeah.
he's only got to hang on for another 8 laps.
Dewsbury fell back behind Schaefer and Banks.
Yeah, and Sean Pointer put himself back up into the top 5 and dragged Nathan Nixon up with him. And if I remember correctly, Nathan was actually pretty far back in the pack. So
Yeah, I think Spencer stayed out a lap later than Banks and Schaefer did, which is how they cycled in front of him. Just those fresh tires, 1 lap will definitely make a difference here.
got Pointer looking underneath Dewsbury down the back stretch here for hoping for a P4 for him. Drives it in hard. Doesn't look like Spencer's going to fight him too much. And he's going to let Nixon go as well.
Yeah, he may be on a strategy here to stay out after the stage. It's a possibility. I don't think that's a good strategy personally. They have enough tires, but that may be what you're seeing here is he's just kind of letting them by to save those tires a little bit.
I think what he wants to do is go 20, 40, 60 on the tires instead of, as what strategy that some of these other guys like Pettit are on. They're going to go 15, 30, and then run to 50 and 70. Myself personally, I think that's the strategy, because if you do get a caution there, you should still, my math is right, 15, 30, 50. No, 50 would be their last set. So
Right.
regardless, I still think that is the correct strategy here is Pointer and Nixon make the move around Banks and Schaefer.
This might be a tire save.
Well, I haven't looked at the lap time. I'm wondering if Spencer took tires there. I assume he did. Maybe not. He's running 54s.
I don't think he took
So
tires.
he may have saved that set and is going to use that caution as an advantage to, save a set of tires, but still gain that track position back. They'll all be bunched up on the restart. So any, time on track that he's losing now, he'll gain back at the restart.
Well, it's better to
That was
lose.
that was a real close moment right there between Riggs and Schaefer. A lot of trust in Cody Riggs by Brandon Schaefer there came right across his nose. I don't think he could have fit a piece of paper between the two of them.
Finer than a frog hair.
Oh yeah.
Well, hopefully I won't jinx it. It seems like everything is smooth.
Tell you what, Riggs is not going away. He is definitely hounding Schaefer here.
And I'm not saying his name, but boy, this will be a good turnaround point for him. Especially that new, I wouldn't say new, but that paint scheme he's running. It'd be well deserved.
Absolutely. He needs a good run. He's had a lot of good runs this season, and just, unfortunately, he's had that monkey beating him over the head all season with Rex. Boy, do I know that feeling. I feel like it bounces between me and him on a weekly basis.
Another tight spot there, getting around the 54.
Looks like the 54 definitely did not put up as much of a fight, though, as the 3 did. I think these guys are trying to save a little bit here. I got a feeling there's going to be quite a few people that stay out at the stage just because track position is so key at
I
the
don't
track.
I don't think they're saving. I don't think they took tires because they're running similar lap times as they were before the pit. So I think they didn't take tires at all.
Yeah,
That could very well be as well.
looking at the pit times, you've got Pettit, Pointer, Nixon, and Riggs was all in the 14 to 15. Then you've got Banks, Schaefer, and Dewsbury was all around the 7 to 8. So
Yeah, so they just gassed and go. They
Yep.
definitely did not take tires.
Ooh, Spencer just got into the back of the 3. They save it. Spencer's under attack from that 45 of Ethan.
I think these 3 guys behind Spencer are all on new tires.
that is correct. Sarno out there waiting for another Colt versus everyone. Well, I don't think Colt made it into the race.
Yeah, he definitely
No,
didn't
he did
grit.
not.
Now, Tony, you said stage was what, lap?
Lap 30, so one more lap, and our top 7 will get bonus points. Right now, that position is held by Spencer Dewsbury, but he's under attack from Nathan Penley, Josh Van Weston, and Ethan Collier.
Yeah, Dewsbury may lose out on stage points, but I believe him, Schaefer, and Banks is looking at the big picture towards the end.
Well, I do think, I like their strategy. I feel like it gives more options where a lot of these other guys are kind of stuck, in a hole now. They have to stick to their strategy. They can't change or they won't have the fuel. But these guys back here that took no tires kind of opens the door for late race cautions or anything like that to come in and get fresh tires when nobody else has them.
It's not Maines may have bumped the wall coming out of 4.
Adam Pettit wins the stage. That undercut definitely worked in his favor.
I'm a happy car owner right now with Exile top 4 in that stage.
Yeah, Nathan Nixon in second, Sean Pointer in third, Cody Riggs fourth. Definitely grateful for those stage points. Brandon Banks in fifth after taking no tires. Brandon Schaefer in sixth, same thing. And Nathan Penley in seventh. I believe he took tires, but don't quote me on that.
He did.
Looking at the lap times, he had to have.
Yeah. Well, they re-grid up. We're gonna give Tailsman a little bit of love tonight, them and AWG, and we'll come back for What about another 35 laps of green flag racing? Well, their own pits. Everybody's going to get tires and gas this go around, I'm pretty sure.
What do you say we go back and look at that wreck? Um, it was lap
Yes.
17 with Cedric Broso and Jason Hastings.
Back. Cedric also. There we go. Flip that back to it. So we get a decent little angle on there. Here we go.
It was lap 18 going down the
Oh, yeah.
backstretch.
They.
To me, it looked like
Oh.
the 49 started doing a little wiggle on the straight stretch and just kind of slid into the 30, but 49 definitely went for a wild ride.
Did we get a flip number? Oh my goodness.
All of them. All the flips. That's the flip number on that. All of them.
Need to ask the gymnasts what kind of moves those are, because I don't know.
I'm going with a triple Lundy. That's just me, though.
And that back tire is still going. He never let off the gas. He's praying. But he did stick the landing. Wow.
It was spicy. That was definitely that spicy
Look at
that
that.
Tony was talking about.
Yeah, if you go to the far chase, you'll kind of see what it looked like. The 49 was just wiggling, and it just, I think he was a little afraid of getting into the wall and kind of just came down in the 30. I really didn't see the 30 move at all, but
What it looks like. He started going down, and that was just the end of it.
The one thing that we're all going to get a slap on the wrist here for, but we're going to make up for it right now. Maybe a day late, but to all the mamas out there, happy belated Mother's Day.
And this does not apply to the men that wear a dress. Their day is April 1st.
Oh, you're going to get us canceled.
all right. Well, looks like we're 1 to green. And Indy does not have the restart zone, so they will be going off the green flag. No advantage to the leader here. It will just be side-by-side action into turn 1.
You do have the advantage of that inside lane, though. Inside lane here is overpowered big time, but what's surprising is Penley actually picked the outside here
And I kind of like that. I kind of like the outside lane because the inside lane I feel like has to brake a little earlier getting into turn one. So you may be able to clear going into turn one just by being on that outside lane. We're about to find out.
Say we're about to find out right here.
45's hanging back quite a bit, so that's definitely an advantage. Kind of stacked up that inside row. Oh, 21. Oh, they're wrecking. 21. 33
Oh
all the
gosh,
way back.
Oh, there's the big one at Indy.
parking lot.
And that kind of started by the 45 just laying back. Kind of just stacked everybody up.
Yeah, that
That took out a lot of cars.
is just like a chain reaction right there, all the way back to nearly P what 25. You can see everybody in the back half, what,
So
around
actually,
23.
that actually, I will call it. It actually started. The 46 got into the back of the 21,
21. Yep, I see that
and
as well.
he got pinballed a little bit there, and everybody else
Well,
arc break weekly. That's what we're gonna
well,
call it. Arc break weekly.
and on top of that, the 46, like, I don't know, he didn't want to go low because he's not allowed to get out of line there. But the 21 had to lift a little bit after he got that bump to get, straightened out.
It straightened out. Yep.
The pace truck didn't even get pulled in. He just kept rolling through pits.
And you also got to remember we've also got old tires versus new tires here. Now, granted, not too many laps on the tires, but as we were talking about earlier, 15 laps is about 3 seconds of fall off. And I believe these guys that started in the top 4 position probably had close to 8 or 9 laps on their tires. So I don't know how well they're going to fire off with that many laps on the rear tires.
Well, and one thing I did notice as well is, so the 8, right? Pace speed is 75, or yeah, 75, and the 8 ran 73 miles an hour the whole way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly fine. But the 45 was at 73, 71. Just kind of didn't maintain a constant speed through there, and I think that may have been part of the problem. He was 70, 71, 72, 73. Like, he kind of checked up that whole inside lane, and then kind of got a later jump, and I think that's kind of what started that whole thing.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that 100%. Well, that definitely makes things interesting. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna shift a few things up there.
A lot of good cars are taken out in that melee there. See, coming off pit road, we've got McCulley, Riggs, McRae, Nixon, William Moore is on pit road, Joey Maines is on pit road, Isaac Wilson's on pit road, Evan Ludi, uh, Sylvian is down there, Brandon Hughes is down there, Michael Newborough, Ricky Williams. So a lot of cars unfortunately got wrapped up in that.
I agree, but I think a lot of those guys may have went down pit road to top off with fuel.
That if I was involved in that, regardless if I got damage or not, if I got a chance to come down and top off just to get that little bit of extra fuel, I'm 100% doing it.
Because they kept one stop at here, and I just looked at Cody Riggs' car. He was down pit road, and he has 0 marks on that car.
Might be the 1,000 IQ move here for him.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, because we said, what, about 20 laps of fuel. He can one stop it from here. Going back right now to see if he did get any damage, but his car looks clean if he did. Either his pit crew worked really fast, or He just went in for fuel.
I pay really good money to them body guys.
He
They've had a
never got
lot of
touched.
practice. Nope,
He
he did
never got
not.
touched.
I was fixing to
No.
say, Bobby, you've kept them busy, so they should be pretty good on the skill.
Yeah, he kind of lucked out there. They kind of went around after he got past them. So that may be. I think that's an attempt to open the door for a one stop, right? Because he's kind of behind the eight ball now, taking that set of tires at lap 15 when everybody else took him at lap 30. It kind of puts him in the same kind of strategy window that
Yeah,
that
same
he can.
ballpark.
Yeah,
The thing that is the killer for him though is track position. Track
yeah.
position is so key at this track, but
He's
like
got to
you said,
survive.
if
That's
as long as
what it is.
as long as he could survive, and if everybody else has got to still stop twice, which theoretically they should, it's gonna open the door for him. He's gonna have a lot of clear track.
And let's be real, this is Indy. How many times have we seen this track come down to fuel mileage? That maybe what he was banking on there, that just gave him an extra lap or two of fuel by coming down.
Well, green flag is about to go back out. Green flag is out.
Ooh, 45 wiggle on the restart there. That's going to check up that inside line again. Not nearly as bad as before, but definitely gained the advantage to the 8. As he's got Brandon Schaefer, I believe, on his back bumper.
Sean Pointer and Spencer Dewsbury not too far behind.
That 45 just got to slide up and get behind the 7 there. Stop the
Schaefer
bleeding.
looking.
Yep, he's got the line. Able to turn it down and get to the bottom off of turn 1.
Oh,
Gonna
Pointer's gonna
potentially
follow
bring
him
Sean
through.
with. Yep. But even with Cody Riggs going back down pit road, what's he sitting in? 13th or 14th here? He's not at the back. He's kind of right in that mid-range. As long as he can avoid anything that happens in front of him, he'll be fine.
There's a good little group of racing right there in front of them.
Yeah, there's a gaggle of about 6 cars. 21 got really wide.
What was that word you just used, Tony? A what again? A gaggle?
A gaggle.
A gaggle.
29 and 21 get together. 21 running around out there with no rear bumper. That is definitely not going to do him any favors on these straightaways.
Greg, I believe he did. However, I don't see any damage on his car, so he may have just went in for fuel as well. Sitting in 19th.
I'm very impressed. I just learned something new. I did not know that looked like a flock of geese out there.
The entertainment and educational value all wrapped up into one.
So up front, Schaefer's starting to gap the field. Sean's got probably 10 car lengths before he catches Schaefer. Right now, it seems like the action is back here in about that, I don't know, 7th, 8th place with the 76 and the 5, and then also the 77 and the 29.
Yes, Chad, I Google gaggle.
Say that 10 times fast. Google gaggle.
I don't want to embarrass myself. I won't try that.
It is. It is also a group of disorderly people. So.
Oh, 3 wide. I think I just heard the 8.
Is pitting, yep.
He must feel like
45
he's in
coming
the.
down to pit.
They must feel
5?
like now they're in a fuel window. They're going to come in, get tires. And that may be how those two cycle to the front, where they may not have even went down pit road. I'm not sure.
So the word of the day is gaggle.
Sean Pointer is closing that gap up to Schaefer.
All right, so the 8 and the 45, the 21 and the 5 did not hit at the stage. That's why they all came down this time. Looks like they're going to be probably a lap down or close to as they come out of pit road.
Weston's staying lows, letting them get by, but ooh.
Yeah, he's got that damage. I think he's just trying to stay out of the way now.
Well, he almost
He
took
sent him
Pointer.
in there pretty hard.
Yeah. Pointer
Well,
almost turned him.
He was one of the ones that didn't pit, so I don't know if he came back down pit road after he got in that little wreck on the restart, and that's why he hasn't come back down pit road yet. That would be my assumption anyways. Sam Gordon able to stay out in front of the leaders.
Yeah, and with those new tires, even with just a few laps, they should be able to pull away.
Yeah, you got to think. Penley and Collier both were able to stay in front of the leaders. Looks like Ricky Williams may have went down pit road as well. He came out in front of the leaders, so we got 4 cars that are on the tail end of the lead lap that should, in theory, drive away from our leaders.
Now, what's going to be very interesting here is our leader, Brandon Schaefer, and second place, Sean Pointer, are on 2 different strategies here. We have Pointer came down at 15 and came down at 30. Schaefer, on the other hand, did not take tires in stage 1 and came down and took tires at the stage break. So Schaefer's got 1 extra set.
77-29 getting into it. 77 got a little squirrely there, but saved it.
Ruh-roh.
Gave up a spot, but didn't hurt the car at all.
Gonna say more body work for my guys.
Well, Bobby, you've got trained professionals by this time of the season, so.
Oh, without a doubt. I've had trained professionals since last season in Cup. What are you talking about? Them boys can put together a next-gen car with their eyes closed at this point.
Sean is staying right on the 3's bumper, but is he going to pay the price for that in tires? Schaefer obviously has,
Got that clean air.
Yeah, and he's got. I'm not sure if Sean Pointer took tires at the stage or not, but Schaefer did. And Pointer took tires at lap 15. So, is he burning up that set of tires staying there? Is my question.
Well, just nature of the beast here. If you're up behind somebody in these stock cars, you're gonna be burning more right front than the guy out in clean air. Unfortunately, that's just the way it goes here.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, if I'm Sean, once I get into a window where I know I can make it, I'm pitting immediately.
Well,
To try to get that undercut.
with Schaefer having that extra set, that if Sean is burning those up, he's even further at a further
Disadvantage.
disadvantage. But I'll tell you what, Cody Riggs came down for fuel, sitting in 11th.
He's slowly picking it out, but man, he has got a hornet's nest in front of him. The 35, 77, the 34.
35 with no number. 34 is one of our admins, Kevin Jordan. He's just out there turning laps, so I don't think if Cody Riggs gets to him, he won't hold him up.
Now, something else our leaders are going to have to contend with as he's underneath Spencer Dewsbury is Josh Van Weston on those new tires is trying to get his lap back the old school way. His pointer missed turn 3, which allowed Dewsbury to get right to his back bumper.
At least he didn't miss turn 4.
No, that one hurts.
Yes, turns 2 and 4 are the ones that'll kill your speed down the straightaways. If you're going to make a mistake, make it in 1 and 3.
As Van Weston is just going to shoot the outside and makes contact with the 20 a pointer.
Old Pointer is not happy with that.
No, he is not, but Jordan does have a right to race to try to get his lap back.
Weston.
Gosh, yeah.
I don't think Jordan would pull that move.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I'm tired.
I mean, Josh Van Weston didn't do anything wrong. Sean came up into him. He had the momentum in that outside lane, so I don't fault Josh Van Weston at all for that move.
No, I don't think Sean expected him out there, though, either, because that's definitely a daring place to make a pass there, coming out of 1 down the short chute on the outside. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, but you got fresh tires, so you got to get it where you can.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
Back on that
I
lead
don't
lap.
fault him.
Yeah,
I don't fault him.
Talking about somebody we ain't spoke much is Tony the vet. He's actually hanging around up 21 spots.
Yeah,
He's
sitting up in
6.
6.
He's usually out in the stream. He usually ain't racing, but here he is tonight. 21 to go.
Josh Van Weston looking to make his move to get back on that lead lap. Gonna cut to that low line. Didn't make it work. Falls back in line going into turn 1 and drives it in deep. I'll tell you what, though, Van Weston's got that midline rolling with those fresh tires. Carries a lot of speed off the corner. A couple cars at least one car coming down pit road.
Last lap, Pettit came down for that undercut. This lap, Pointer, Riggs.
They're all stacked up behind coming into pit road.
Yeah, everybody's going for that undercut again, and we saw how that worked out the last time
So
for these guys.
They're right at that fuel window right now.
I mean, if I was any of these guys, that's my golden ticket right there. And pray for no green-white checkers.
Yeah, you're not leaving a lot of room for that coming right now. I probably would have held off a couple laps, maybe, just in case. But we've only had one caution for cause tonight, so it probably will go green to the end.
I mean, realistically, we should have had a red flag for that triple Lundy down the backstretch, but we won't go there.
Didn't even get a caution for it.
No.
Got a whole train of cars coming off pit road right now.
You know, somebody asked out there in the chat, do they have airback out there? No, it's the wreck like that. You just go ahead and call the morgue.
Yeah, pretty much. Just get the backhoe out and dig the grave right there, stick the car in the hole, and call it a day.
Oh, this is about to get interesting. The leader's going to have these cars he's battling here that just came off pit road. They come out, some right in front of him, some right behind him.
Now, what's really interesting is Pettit was a few car lengths back
Schaefer
from
coming.
Pointer.
Dewsbury coming. Banks coming.
And this is to try to guard against that undercut, but I don't think it's going to work.
I think they're a couple laps too late for that. I think you're going to see the advantage. I think you're going to see these guys pull out front that pitted 2 laps ago.
Well, and that's what I was starting to say is we have Sean Pointer, who was a couple car lengths in front of Pettit halfway down the backstretch. Pettit is exiting turn 4 right now. That's the advantage of 1 lap.
Right.
Is you're talking almost half a track.
Yeah.
On 1 lap.
Mike, B Huggies left the server.
B Huggies met an unfortunate demise in the big one at Indianapolis. Yeah, we had a roadblock and some ARCA Break Weekly going on.
Looks like Banks was able to leapfrog Schaefer on pit road.
Cavett missed his pit. Or missed a pit lane.
Yeah, Banks was able to get out front of Schaefer and Dewsbury there.
By the time it cycles around, Pointer should be on point, but he's 2 laps below on pits with the rest of the field. Banks, Schaefer's, and Dewsbury.
Yeah, he's gonna have a little bit of a gap, but it's gonna be hard to keep that gap. I mean, what, 1 lap of tires fresher? We're not gonna see it for a while, but I imagine they'll start closing that gap a little bit at a time as we get about 5 to 10 laps on these tires.
And I just realized that Pettit, it's showing Pettit in 24th, so I was wrong about that. It's showing him a lap down.
Michael Newbraw, black flag on pit road, I assume. Showing he has a black flag. I'm not sure what happened with Pettit.
I'm not too sure either.
Let us go find out.
Down the second time? Looks like he had a lap that didn't count.
Speeding on pit road.
Yes, it was.
Pretty significantly.
Yeah, locked up those brakes, and that was all she wrote for him, unfortunately, for him.
Pit speed is 60, and he was doing 75 at the line, so that's where he got
locked up.
Yeah.
Like you said, Tony,
don't fail me now.
That's significant.
Yeah, that's probably excessive speeding in the pits.
You can flip 15 times down the back stretch, but don't speed on pit road.
Oh, that was close.
Dewsbury just took his bumper.
I think that was Evan Ludi. Yep, that was Evan Ludi.
Teammate took his bumper. Teammate's bumper.
All right, so we're seeing those fresh tires already. Banks is closing that gap to Sean Pointer. 13 laps to go. It's going to be tough to defend this. About 2 car lengths difference right now. And the 54 is gaining a little bit on each long straightaway here. 54 is getting a better drive off the corner off of turn 1. And off of turn 2. This is going to be a battle quicker than I expected.
Right there, this race so far, them 4 right there has pretty much been the class of the field. You got Pointer, Banks, Schaefer, and Dewsbury. Which
Remember we
Riggs?
talked about Cody Riggs.
Yeah, he's sitting back there in 5th with Nixon giving him a little pressure.
Well, I foresee that being a very clean pressure with those two being very good friends and teammates.
But with that said, Cody's looking to turn his luck around. Top 5 would be great for his momentum.
Oh, yeah, if he could finish top 5, gain some stage points, definitely would be a good night for him.
Sean is not going to give up this spot without a fight. I have a feeling it's going to get spicy. And we know Banks and Schaefer will race each other hard as well, so it's going to be a very fun 11 laps here to watch.
Then you got Dewsbury right there. You know he's just waiting.
Oh, there goes Banks to the inside.
Sean's going to hang on that right rear.
Yeah, I just completely missed. What is that, turn 2?
2.
You should have a decent run off, though, here. There it is.
Back, yeah. Boat chopped off the 3's front bumper.
Pointer said he's not going down without a fight. If you want it, you're going to fight for it. This ain't an election. It ain't going to be gave to you.
Banks is he's got that drive off the corner. That's where Sean is lacking the speed, is drive off the corner. He may be overdriving entry a little bit. Because I see the 54 lifting way earlier than the 20, and then you see the advantage of that on the exit of the corner. Schaefer's making
going to have the run, and he turns them.
Right into the wall. That's going to be a caution.
Man, oh man. Not the way Sean wanted to end his night.
That was...
Unfortunately, that was netcode.
Greg out there, the battle is insane. Yeah, you should not have said nothing, Greg.
You'll see it right here on entry where it's just netcode.
I'm going to say more prediction code.
And netcode, prediction code.
Yeah, I think without either of those, though, Schaefer coming up and Sean coming down, regardless of any type of code, those guys were definitely going to make contact there.
Yeah, it looked like the 20 just turned down earlier than the 3 did.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna change some things up here because some of these guys have an extra set of tires and some don't.
And I'm going to say this. Dewsbury actually got lucky because it looked like he kind of disappeared for a minute. So...
I don't think he would have had any part of it either way, but yes, he did definitely blink there for a second in a very fortunate time.
I mean, you really couldn't have asked for more of a lag blink than right then.
Top 3 going down pit road. I got a few staying out here.
And unfortunately, I hate to say it, Pointer's not maybe done.
Oh, he done. I heard his engine blow. He done.
And we're going to put that one on Greg. Greg wants to talk about his insane battle, and, well,
But look who's in the lead now. But he's going to need a lot of cars to be with him, and it doesn't look like he's going to have enough. Cody Riggs sitting in the lead, but what's he got? 3 cars behind him that aren't on fresh tires? That's going to be tough.
you got, what, Jordan, Penley, Collier, Gordon, Banks,
Okay, so
all
it hasn't
pitted.
updated yet.
Pitted around 54, and Riggs and Nixon pitted around 51, so...
Oh yeah, iRacing has not updated yet. It's still showing Brandon Banks in 4th. Let's see what we got here at the line. There might be quite a few cars, but I'm not sure how many of them are lapped down here. Maybe just what Cody Riggs needs to finish this out.
So we have 17 cars in the lead lap. So it's looking like, if my math is correct, yes, I said math. Brandon Banks should be lining up in 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna say 6th or 7th place.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll
Somewhere in
be
that range.
far enough back. For a safe cushion for Cody Riggs and those other guys who stayed out. That's not a lot of spots.
No, it definitely is not, but you got a lot of guys up there that they do not have their first win yet. And I'll guarantee you they are not going to lay over for these guys on fresh tires. They're going to make them work for it.
Well, and he's got some help there, right? He's got Nathan Nixon, that's a teammate, but Nathan also is looking for his win.
Yes, he is.
And you've really got to watch from about 7 back. From 7th, 15th, they all pitted, lap 62. They got 6 cars they got to get around. And that's an aggressive bunch right there. You got Banks, Dewsbury, Schaefer, McRae, Moore, McCauley, Petty, and Vaughn. Downey and Maines.
Lot of race winners in that group right there. A lot of race winners in that group.
And these
guys know how to get it done.
Well, and they got nothing to lose, right? So they can send it here, and if they wreck out, big deal. They got that win to fall back on, right? These guys up towards the front, they're looking for that win. And if they have a bad night, that's really going to hurt.
Riggs, Nixon, Collier, and Gordon, I don't think have a win yet. I think Penley has one.
I think you're right. I think Penley does. Be about 5 laps to go this time by.
Cody Riggs, hold on with it.
Tighten the belts down, boys. It's about to get spicy. Green flag is out.
Cody a little loose on the restart. Like the back end started fishtailing a little bit. Oh, 54 into the 5. It's going to open the door for Spencer. 3 wide. They get through it. Cody Riggs all by himself on that inside lane. Full send. Trying to get the run off the corner. Get at least door to door with that 3. Hoping for a little bit of help behind him.
They're going to go 3 wide behind him.
He's hanging tough on that left, or on that left rear. The 33s looks like may have the advantage. For 33's going to have the momentum here. 12th just trying to hang tight with him, not let him get away. 3 wide again. Spencer, Ethan, Banks, now Schaefer. Tight racing back here for about 6th or 7th. Riggs holding on there, side by side with the 33. Got to hit these corners just right. 33 is going to have
Oh,
more
we
to.
got him going in the back.
Turned around,
Holy,
left in the
the
back.
5. There's a bunch of them through. Matt
Big
Webb
wreck.
scoots through that.
Ooh.
Big junk.
And that's going to set us up for a green-white checkered, I believe.
More involved. Maines, Vaughn, Gordon.
I believe Matt Webb drove through that. He's a lap down, but I believe he drove through that.
Looks like the 45 and the 7 get together there and just nowhere for anybody else to go.
I'm gonna have to say you're right on that one there, Bobby. On back to the replay and get a better view on it.
Definitely looks like a little bit of netcode involved there, but again, I'll call it how I see it, netcode regardless.
Yeah,
Those guys will
7.
get together.
Looked like the 7 washed up just a little bit on entry to the
45 got
corner there.
loose. He was fishing, and 7 got into him.
Yeah, definitely a combination of the both of those things between the 45 getting loose and the 7 with that dirty air there. No clean air on the front nose, and it pushed up, and he was completely out of it. Flame shooting out of the exhaust there, trying to stay off of him.
Maines got sandwiched hard. Moore took a lick. Maines.
So we saw that top line prevail here. Is Nixon going to try that top line again?
If I was a betting man, I don't know.
It's a tough one because you watch Cody Riggs hang with him for, what, 2 full laps? A lap and a half on that inside lane, right? But I imagine Cody was really hurting his tires there.
And I'm not 100% sure, Tony. I think that caution may have came out before it fell under the green-white checker because they're sitting at 4 to go.
Yeah, it'll be either a green-white checkered or an unofficial green-white checkered.
We're coming to 3 to go right now.
Yeah.
Light's still on the pace truck. So we should get 1 to go, hoping, this next time by.
Yeah, that'll put us in a green-white checkered, I believe.
There's Webb getting his lap back.
Yeah, he drove through that. Everything opened up on the bottom side. He was able to drive through unscathed and got that lucky dog.
Ooh,
Just
boy.
looking through the field here, too. Pettit rebounding from being a lap down to now is sitting
10th.
in 10th place. No, yeah, 10th place.
Well, even Newbrough, you know, that issue he had, he's worked up to 11th.
Him up to 11th. Yeah, so great rebound nights for both of these guys. Salvage some points, means a lot more for Newbrough than Pettit because Pettit could wreck out every race for the rest of the season till playoffs, and he's still locked in with his win. But for Newbrough, a night like this means an absolute ton. You take a horrible night and score decent points out of it, you're gonna take it.
Now, interesting question here, Tony, from admin point of view. Jordan normally does not run in this. Is he looking to bow out or finish this race?
So I actually just talked to Kevin Jordan. Kind of told him that if he's not in the top 3, go ahead and finish it. If he is in the top 3, just let somebody by so he doesn't screw up the podium finishers here. So, I think I would definitely be choosing that outside line.
As much as I want to disagree with you, Tony, I can't. Just from what I saw on that last restart, it looks like that outside lane is going to take off better And you're going to be able to keep that high side momentum on those old tires. If these front two were on new tires, I would 100% be choosing that inside
Oh,
line.
absolutely. But the older
But
tires, the momentum, and then that
yeah,
other element there with Kevin Jordan, he's not gonna be real aggressive here. He's an admin. He's not really racing for anything here. He's just turning laps.
With that said,
Kind of.
though, we saw how Riggs got loose on the restart that last one. So, is that going to be an effect of the high side?
Well, I think the high side's probably going to be a little more forgiving on that, honestly, because the momentum comes off the high side, so you don't have to be as aggressive on the throttle on the launch. You should be able to gain that back on through turn one. So I think you can be a little more cautious on that outside lane on your throttle input.
so I'm just going to put this out there. Sam Gordon is, you want to talk about a broken toe link. Oh my God. I don't know how he's going to finish the race like that, but he's going to try it.
Ain't a broken toe, that's a broken leg, femur, everything else.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that car is looking at the chase. It looks like the rear tires aren't even on the ground.
That car doing the wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely some wiggling going on.
Well,
Oh, Lord, guys.
tighten them up one more time, gentlemen.
Tighten them up.
These guys are just looking for that white flag right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, oh, Cody. Oh, Cody's back. Okay, he disappeared there for a second.
Green flag is out.
See, Nixon got loose on the bottom. Schaefer's gonna
Schaefer's
Ooh.
gonna
he's
jump
gonna get a
out.
penalty for that.
Yep, he's gonna go out before the start finish line.
And Nixon didn't clear. Cody's gonna have the outside lane with the momentum if he can get through turn two. Went a little high there, not the preferred way, but he's gonna carry that speed off there. Caution.
There's that yellow.
Once that was on Tony, got a notification he wrecked out. Oh, Tony went inside. Maines went both inside, almost four wide.
Yeah, there's gonna be some penalties
And
issued out here. Getting out of
Gordon,
line.
Gordon is
Well,
trying.
that was after the start finish, and Maines went to block it, so that one was actually a clean attempt. The one that's going to end up with the penalty is going to be the 3 of Brandon Schaefer, I believe. But I want to see where iRacing is going to score these guys. Who had the lead at the time of the caution? It looks like they're going to give it to Nixon. And I think Nixon is going to learn something here, or they're just saving fuel. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens when they cross start finish. Showing Cody Riggs in the lead. So Cody, if he's smart, he's taking that high line, right? He restarted on the low line before it got loose. He watched Nixon get loose on the low line. He's taking that high line.
I may or may not have radioed to my driver and yelled at him to choose the outside on the restart.
And Tony, I want to clarify this for anything going 3 wide. Is it before the start finish or before?
You are not allowed to get out of line until the start finish line.
Okay.
If you get out of line to avoid a wreck or something like that, that's fine as long as you don't pass any cars.
Yeah, as long as you do not gain position on track.
Now, he got out of line not to avoid a wreck. That is 100% a penalty, and I'm sure the admins will take care of that one after the race.
I was just running back over and reviewing it, seeing where it was for helping the decisions. Video proof.
Getting back on the lead lap here. Got the lucky dog with that caution.
Van Weston's had a rough season, so that's a good for him being able to get up to at least 14th, because Joey Maines, we know he's completely done, and Vincent is not going to make another lap.
Hey, Jeremy, you got one of them brown paper bags for me to breathe into?
No, sir, but I do have you a Depends to hold on to.
No, I need all that too. I ain't even gonna lie. Need all that too.
You put
In all honesty, I'm curious what these guys' fuel is looking like. Are they going to be able to make it 2 more laps? Are they going to be able to make it 5 or 6 more laps if we get another caution?
well, typically I'd pull one of those drivers up and ask that question, but the one I want to pull up, I know he's in his zone right now.
Yeah. I think it's best to leave them alone
Yep.
and let them stay in their groove.
Leave them boys alone.
Now with that penalty, would that be something that will it be a EOL for Schaefer, or is that going to be something to be docked with points?
So that will probably be an R1 penalty, which will be a 10-point penalty and
And
a
Nixon is coming in.
probation. No, he's not. He's faking.
Negative. Got the broadcaster. One for Nixon.
I was just gonna say if Nathan was coming in, I was going over there to go yell at them.
He's not getting away with it, Isaac.
Apparently, Isaac was not listening to the broadcast.
Isaac's too happy after he won the race this past weekend. Way to go, Kalowski. I'll get a hate message off that one.
I know nothing. I was not there as is not even gets out of bed this morning.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Bobby. Your Pops Memorial race is not disappointed, and I'm sure this whole week's going to be wild at Indy.
Yeah, I'm stoked for it. This, on that fact, this track means the world to meant the world to my dad, means the world to me. Um, haven't missed an Indy 500 since I was born. That was a tradition with me and my dad. Watched Indy 500 together every single year till he passed, and I've not missed an Indy 500 in the past 37 years. And kids are old enough now; they're sitting down, they're watching it. This year, I'll be sitting on the dock at my wife's grandfather's house in South Carolina with my tablet and watching the 500 again. Just a little bit of a change of scenery.
Well, as predicted, Cody Riggs is choosing that outside lane. This is going to be interesting because he's got Schaefer,
And
I
Banks.
think Schaefer and Dewsbury all stacked up behind him.
Well, tighten them up again. Green is out.
Like we may be issuing some more penalties looking at the speed coming to the line. Looks like they were quite a bit above pace speed there. Oh, I'm hearing
As
fires.
Banks and Schaefer get together.
And Dewsbury.
Oh. What happened there? All of our guys with the new tires get together. More of that prediction code again, it looks like.
Ooh. Yeah, this restart will definitely be under review here. Doing almost 90 when the green flag dropped. Call it 85.
That is not good.
Yeah, definitely not good.
Definitely not good.
All right. See what happened here. Schaefer missed the corner. Banks missed the corner. They went 3 wide and it did not work. That's exactly what happened. Looked like the 54 just slid up the track. The 3 was in the middle, and the 77 came up through the bottom, and kind of just that was that.
So let me ask you this, Tony. These guys are very used to that restart zone now, where it pretty much tells you right square in the middle of the screen what your speed is. Do you think that may have had something to attribute to it?
I don't know. I mean, we've all raced in iRacing long enough where, these we just implemented the restart zone in all of our series. Xfinity ran it last season, but
And the
we've all
season
raced in
before
it.
that.
I mean, I can't say that really. I mean, it may have played a little bit of effect, but at this level, yeah, that should be something
We
that should
should
be,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, we should know what we're doing. I'm just putting all options out there.
Right now, these guys are getting words of wisdom. If the caution comes out before they take the green flag, they've been instructed to get in line where iRacing is telling them to be, so it doesn't screw up the scoring. Because I, for one, have had to cipher through that multiple times, and it's a pain.
Okay, well, we're gonna issue a ban to Mr. Inferno, getting me and Joe mixed up. Just because I had issues on the stream earlier, don't give nobody any right for that. You do good for so long, nobody praises you for that. You mess up one time, they bring the roof down on you.
Nah, no, bringing the roof down tonight or the rest of the week. It's a happy week for me.
I'm just glad we was off last week. I had they drive the same. Yeah, all right. I see. All right. Why do I take so abuse? I take so much abuse. I'm a good
That's what
driver.
being a that's what being a boss is. Ask Tony. I abuse him every chance I get.
Yeah, about that.
Remember that I am the broadcaster. I can make sure you get any screen time or don't.
I mean, I don't think you'd want to give me any screen time unless you want to show people 99 ways to wreck a race car.
I think Hasten's took the cake from you tonight. I've yet to see you do that many somersaults.
You ain't seen me on dirt, son.
All right,
when we mess up, we mess up professionally.
Mr. Broadcaster Jeremy. Tell me when Cody Riggs' last pit stop was.
51.
50. Oof. They're
Along
cutting it
with
close on
Nixon.
fuel.
Yes, they are.
I think they're hoping for a caution. I don't know if they can make it 2 more laps.
Riggs, Nixon, Jordan Penley. 51 to 53. New Braun back. Everybody's over 60.
Here we go. Last green-white checker of the night. Next flag ends it. Either the caution or the checkered.
Looks like Riggs missed a shift.
Something happened. That outside lane just all stacked up. See if he can battle back here. battle back to second, looks like. 33 is going to pull up front, get that draft. 77 is going to try to follow suit and get into third spot here. Wow, what a move by the 12, but he had to check up on exit there. Going to cost him some time, but luckily it was on the short chute, not the main straightaway here. Going to try and battle back, get back to that second spot. He's got the momentum coming off the corner. 33's driving away.
Here comes the 77 down that inside. 12 clears him.
White flag. Oh, bumping 77 in the 8. They might not be done. Oh, 77 muscles his way up to third.
77, I believe, is on newer tires.
Cody Riggs has been making that high lane work. Oh, try to put a little block on his teammate there.
Ain't no team orders and exiled.
That 12 car is sending it into the corner, able to stick with him here. See what they got at the line. 77's got really good drive off.
It's a drag race.
Nixon's going to come across.
Oh, I think Riggs is going to get him. Riggs. Ooh, I think Riggs.
We'll see what the line says. I think McRae got them right.
Ooh, this ain't the Darlington.
0.003 of a second.
This is not the Darlington line. We need to review that one, I believe.
I think iRacing got it right. About a bumper.
And you know what? That's nothing at all for Riggs to be ashamed of. Nothing for Exile to be ashamed of.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, and Adam Pettit fights back from a lap down to a P8.
You see him giving his teammates a high five bumper bump.
I'll tell you what, as a team owner and what this night is, these boys made me very, very, very proud. I know I'm supposed to be impartial, but damn it, boy.
Your Bobby Memorial 175 winner for the Xfinity Cup and Relentless Racing League, Nathan Nixon. With no bumper.
Nah, we don't need that.
Yeah, we're going to give a shout out to some of those ones that pay a little bit of the bills. We're going to talk to, I guess we might as well talk to AWG. Exile. We'll be right back after this break. finish in a half. Riggs battled it down into the end. First time we've got him up here, I'm pretty sure he's ecstatic. Luck has changed at Indy. Cody Riggs, you got that P3.
What's going on, fellas? How's everybody doing tonight? Huh?
I bet you were a lot less stressed than you are.
Dude, I'll tell you what, that was the most fun I've ever had on the service. Like, bar none. The fact that we could come out to the Bob Rafferty Memorial Race and finish 1, 2, 3, take up the whole podium with Exiled, and and just be there at the end, dude. This is awesome. I can't tell you how awesome this is. I'm so proud of this team and everybody on it. Nathan and I raced each other just as professionally as we possibly could, um, and I'm so thankful that James came in there and finished off the podium spot. So, man, what'd that look like from the broadcast spot?
It was wild, man. Coming to the line, you and James, he got you by .003 seconds for second place. He was on fresher tires, if I remember correctly, where you and Nathan were on older tires, but man, you were sending it on that outside lane.
Man, it worked the first two times, and I thought we really had I thought we had what it take to get a win tonight. But man, if I can't get it, I'm super happy that a teammate did, and then like I said, we finished off the podium. That's good stuff right there.
Bobby, I'm sure you're. You know what? I'm going to let you have a little fun with them. They're all your drivers. I'll let you keep them in check.
No, like I told you guys, no team orders within Exiled. I couldn't be any more proud of these guys tonight. You know, I'm grinning ear to ear. You know, Sean had a phenomenal run until his unfortunate incident. Pettit battling back, and then Cody, you listened. You drove your absolute tail off, my guy. I told you it was coming. That turnaround was coming. And tonight you put it together and one hell of a night to do it, dude. I am so proud of you.
Man, I really appreciate that, and I can't. Uh, this was it was a fun race, but it got stressful. Right after stage, my wheelbase went in. It was working, but the force feedback wasn't there, and I was like, man, what do I do? Do I take an EOL and just go to the back, or? And Pettit's like, just go pit again, shut it off, restart it, and get back out there, because what other choice do you have? And that's what I did. Like, I really thought our race was over. I was like, cool, we got stage points, moving on. But to get stage points and come back and finish third is, man, that's fun stuff right there.
That's called my father messing with you. That's exactly what that was, because I'll tell you what, my
He's been a thorn in the side tonight.
he never liked anything easy, man. If you were gonna get something, you were gonna earn it and you were gonna work for it.
Well, we damn sure worked for it tonight.
You guys worked for it just as hard as I worked for it in real life. When at 12 years old, all my friends are out playing, and nope, I'm in the shop wrenching on the race cars, and you know come home, do my homework, right out to the shop and working on the cars till 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and get my butt back in bed and go to school and do it all over the next day. So
Absolutely.
you definitely had a you definitely had a Rafferty night. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't easy, but you got the job done, man.
Man, we finally got the job done. I'm so thankful for that.
Well,
Got that off our back.
I'll tell you what, I know you have a lot of sponsors that help you tremendously and
Oh yeah.
support you tremendously in this crazy hobby of ours. And I know it's been eating at you, that you felt that you haven't been able to give them their due, and you got up on the podium tonight, so now's your time to shout out all those awesome partners of yours.
Man, and we appreciate him. There's a whole list. I won't spend a lot of time, but I do have to thank Long MacArthur Performance, Jabbit PC, KWU Esports, Doobies, Allegiance Flag Supply, Ancient World Gaming, Sign Pro, and Talesman, who is on our Xfinity banners this year. You know, without those guys and all those groups and partners, I can't race at this level. And finally, I get my opportunity to shout them out. Last but certainly not least, we've got Motivated Motion on the car tonight. A good friend of mine runs a drone company. He'll come out and film amazing scenes for businesses and anything you can imagine. He does absolutely phenomenal work. So he's on the car tonight. Happy to get him a solid finish and no, I couldn't do it without all of them. But also want to thank Nathan, Adam, James. I mean, anybody in our Exile group that was running tonight. We all worked together. We got a hell of a group of guys over there, and we don't run this well without working together like we did. And then I made that comment to Nathan every time we came out of turn 4. Best of luck, man. Like, not gonna race each other dirty. Best of luck. Let's get this done. But I want to thank all of you guys, Bob, Tony, Jeremy. Appreciate all you guys in the broadcast booth, and all you guys do for Relentless Racing, because we dang sure have a great league here, and I couldn't be more proud to run in it, and I appreciate all you guys do.
One last thing before we let you go, I got to bust your chops. You were
Sure.
starting to think that that certain paint scheme that you got on the car that we know why it was painted the way it was painted was bad luck. Miss to quote Justin Barkley, Mister, I think that's a lie.
Yeah, yeah. We this particular paint scheme was put together just to race a little bit differently, and luckily we didn't have to use that tonight. So super happy to be here, and man, what a night! What a night!
All right, brother. Well, we're gonna let you go. Head back over with the team, and after I'm done here, do me a favor, crack a couple cold ones for me because I'm coming down.
Sounds great. Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, I think we might have just turned this to the AWG Exile Lake Night, but he snuck it in. Was able to get that P2 fresh tires. He had a fight on it. 77 orange. You can see him everywhere on the track. Mr. James McRae. Welcome to the podium.
No, thank you. It's somehow here again.
Well, man, how about that finish? You got Cody by 0.003 seconds.
Dang, that's pretty close.
I think we need to look at that
Yeah,
line and make sure it was straight. I think somebody in Indianapolis may have been a little crooked on that finish.
Yeah, I don't know how those bricks were laid there, but yeah.
I will tell you, they are 100% straight. I know from real life.
Well, man, had some bad luck. Looks like on pit road, ended up getting a lap down, but you're able to battle back. What was going through your mind there when you got that speeding on pit road?
That was actually Pettit that got the speeding.
Oh, you're
on
right.
pit
You're
road.
right. My bad.
There's
No,
too
I
many
was
of us. I know. You could say that.
I was the guy who had forgotten to click his fuel.
Ah,
'Cause
that's
I
what it
turned that up.
was. I
Yeah, I
got
came
you.
back down for that. Yeah.
Okay.
But luckily, well, I guess I didn't have to because there was a caution immediately after yeah. So I was lucky. I just lost track position was all. But I don't know, man. I'm slow, but somehow I just got race pace. I'll find my speed again one day. I feel like maybe I don't know. I'm just happy to be here.
Well, you know how the old saying goes, blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, and you just found yours sitting in P2. Those restarts, man, how was that? You were sitting literally back in like 6th and 7th on those restarts.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Just try to do the best you can to time it as good as you can, and yeah, I don't. It's just always do the best you can. It's chaos. Make the most of it, you know.
Bobby, you're going to have to give him a PR lesson. He seems shy.
He's a little shy, but I'll tell you what, I gotta call something that I can't say on broadcast because I'll get yelled at about him being slow because he's already locked in the playoffs. So we know for a fact that he ain't slow. Um, my question for you is though, if you didn't have to come back down, do you think the race would have ended any differently for you? Do you think you would have had that opportunity to go up there and challenge? Possibly for a win tonight, or do you think maybe it was a little bit of a silver lining for you to have to come back down and now you don't have to worry about getting involved in all those wrecks?
Well, that was way back at lap, during the stage break. So
Okay.
I think I would have been right back where I was because I lost like 5 7 spots, but or whatever from what I gained from the start. Because you say I'm not quick, but I mean, look where I qualify every week. But
Sometimes
so
hot lap hero don't win races though, my boy.
yeah, no, it's a different type of speed, but I
Yeah.
want both. I want both.
And this is why we love you because you never settle, my friend.
I get
Well,
it.
so P2 by 3 thousandths. Floor is yours. You've been up here a few times this season already, so you know the drill. Friends, family, sponsors. Floor is yours.
Yeah, it's that's exactly it. Friends, family, sponsors. You guys for putting it on. Uh, yeah, Talisman for sponsoring Xfinity League here, and yeah, uh, Exiled, you guys, and yeah, Mom out there watching. Anyone else who I'm forgetting? Like I was saying, I suck at PR. I need PR lessons. So yeah,
We'll get
you
you
know,
there, buddy. We'll get you there.
I thank everybody.
All right. So for the record, you are definitely not slow. You're leading the league in top fives, and you finish top 10 every race. So you may not have the speed in qualifying, but you got it in the standings. So
Got it where it counts.
I can save. That's it.
Give me your
I
notebook,
got you.
Bobby.
I feel
Give
you.
me your notebook.
I need to take his notebook to figure out how to finish a race here. I'm thinking.
All right, brother, we're gonna shoot you down there to the rest of Exiled, and I'm pretty sure they're happy tonight. And gonna get
Alrighty,
the
yeah. Thanks, guys. Gonna be a fun one to watch.
we're gonna hand it over to the man of the hour, the man of 175 miles, able to lock it in finally, Mr. Nathan Nixon at 33. Dude, you had to fight for it, man. You put rock solid rigs up there in the front, and I'm pretty sure Bobby's happy for you.
Yeah, I hope so. Got him a 1, 2, 3 on his memorial, Bob Rafferty Memorial race. So that was a heck of a finish racing with Cody. That was a blast.
yeah, and I will tell you from my observation, Cody wasn't taking it easy on you, man. He was sending it on that outside, but I think he just burned up his tires, and you're able to get that position from him and kind of drive away, man. So congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I know when he switched to the top, every time on the last, whatever, all 3 restarts pretty much, well, except for the last one, I would go into turn 1 thinking, all right, I'm going to clear him. And then here he'd come like a freight train back on my outside. So that last one, I went in, same thing, and I got a little loose and I had to catch it. And I knew I slid right up in front of him. And I saw him coming. So I apologize. I'm glad he still got a top finish because I would have been heartbroken if I caused him to ruin a good finish because Cody's a good teammate. We've been racing a long time. So I'm really happy for him as much as I am for me winning and my other teammate that got in there at the end. That I knew he was there, but I didn't know how he was on a mission, man. Another lap or two, I think McRae would have had something to talk about.
Well, we gotta talk to him because he still says he's slow, and I gotta agree with you about another lap, and McRae was going to be setting sail on you guys. But take us through your night. Decently, I would say decently quiet night for you, but seemed like a lot of wreck avoidance and smart racing and good strategy put you guys in position to even be up there and contend for that one. So take us through your night.
Yeah, it was. I was struggling for my qualifying speed. I knew I would be all right on a longer run, and so starting back there, I was wondering how it was going to go. And when Adam actually came up with the strategy, and then after we all started going, he goes, "Well, I'm playing with house money, so I don't. You guys might not want to do what I'm doing." And I'm like, "What the hell?" But it worked out. It worked out great because it got us a track position that we needed. And then once we got up there, staying up there that was doable. And I don't even remember the wreck that happened, and I tried to miss it, and I thought it was over, and it luckily was 7 seconds of repair, and so that could have easily went a wrong way and ruined my night. So it was tough just trying to hang. Track position was key, and there at the end, the reason McRae would have definitely had us is we were on old tires. We made our bed, we had to go with it, and then the caution started coming, and they Schaefer, Banks, Dewsbury, they all pit had an extra set, and it. We thought we were sitting ducks, but those cautions actually helped keep them in check because our tires were by far, I think, the oldest.
No, absolutely. But at the end of the day, sometimes being out front, you can ask these guys. I preached about it all night. The undercut was going to work, and track position, track position, track position, and you guys played that strategy to an absolute T. I know you're going to be super stoked now because you were worried earlier in the season about not being locked in. Well, guess what, my friend? You are locked in for the playoffs. You're playing with house money for the rest of the season. It's got to be a huge weight lifted off your shoulders now. What's your plans going forward from here? You going to be taking a few more chances going through the next few races till playoffs, or are you going to play it safe?
Probably gonna just keep doing what I would normally do. Honestly, I don't like I don't like taking big chances. So I'm gonna be a team player, but I'm gonna race and hopefully get another win or two. That'd be nice. And but I ain't gonna change. I'm not gonna take any big risks. That's not not really my style. I'm too old for risks like that.
Oh, you're never too old for a few risks. Well,
Last risk
floor
I
is
took,
yours.
last risk I took cost me another child. So risks are vary. If she's
Well,
listening,
Mason, first time up here in Victory Lane. On top of that, being at Indianapolis, so the floor is yours, my friend. Friends, family, sponsors, anybody you want to thank. It's all you.
First and foremost, it's a day removed, but happy Mother's Day to my wife and my mother. And I know we had a good day yesterday. And obviously, I gotta thank the. I'm gonna say this. Try and think I'm saying it right. Talisman or talisman, and then
talisman.
Talesman, AWG. I've had a blast this season since coming on board with Exiled. It's been a red versus black. I think we're keeping it pretty even. And you guys for the broadcast. And lastly, my rock solid rigs and sparkle and shine, Mr. Sean Kozier. He's does everything since 3 years now. He's been on every one of my cars I race and helps us out a lot. So I want to just be back up here again next week and the week after.
All right, brother, we're gonna shoot you back down. I'm pretty
Thank you
sure
very much.
AWG is it's going to be pretty busy of a place to be, and I'm pretty sure Bobby, Antonio, Renee, and that whole bunch is just social media are going to be pretty full this week, Bobby.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so.
Without further ado, Bobby, Tony, both of y'all, thank y'all coming in. Viewers, sorry for the issues we had at the beginning. Weeks off are always bad trying to recover. But Tony, this race was nothing less than your favorite word other than gaggle.
Yeah, it's definitely spicier than I expected. You know, for Indy, normally it's long green flag runs and turns into a fuel mileage race, but all it takes is one caution to really shake things up, and that's kind of what we saw tonight. So definitely a fun race to broadcast, and look forward to next week.
And next week's going to be wild, but man, this week we are loaded down at Indy. Every series is here. Everything's running the Bob Rafferty Memorial this week. And Bobby, I'm going to give you a few minutes, give a little bit about it, and close it out before we do it again tomorrow night.
Well, first and foremost, the support from the league on doing this in memory of my dad is means a lot. So before I get too emotional here, my dad, lifelong racer and race fan, our entire family. My grandfather raced. My dad always wanted to. Never got the opportunity, but my father gave me the opportunity. So when we lost him in 2012, we were able to do things in real life for my dad at local tracks when I was still racing, but I didn't want that to die out. And I got to thank Tony and Justin and the admin team here for allowing me to keep this tradition alive. And, if tonight, if tonight's race is, any spoiler to what we're gonna see this week, my dad would have been jumping up and down in the living room watching a race like that. So, just huge thank you to the admin team, all of our members, Jeremy, you, Joe Robert, and Isaac Wilson doing the broadcast this week. I can't thank you guys enough.
We're going to do it again tomorrow night as the trucks come here for another Bob Rafferty Memorial Race. Till then, everybody stay safe, COVID free. We will see y'all tomorrow night.